Alright guys, welcome back to another loadout building video. Today we're going to continue on the StatTrak side of things, and we're going to jump from a $100 budget all the way to a $250 budget, which means we get some very nice upgrades in here. But before we go into it, I want to tell you about today's giveaway, and it's a little bit different because AJ, one of the YouTube members, actually provided this skin for the giveaway for you guys, and it is going to be a field tested AK-47 slate, but slates look good across the board. But it has 4 porous fuse hollows on it, which is incredibly nice. So this is the giveaway skin for today. All you have to do to enter is make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below of your favorite skin from today's video. And yeah, I'll pick it in a few days' time. I'll announce it in Discord if you miss it on stream, and let's get into it. Giveaways like this are possible thanks to today's sponsor, Skinport. With no buyer fees and over 1 million skins available at once, Skinport is the best place to buy and sell your CS2 skins. Whether it's a crazy knife and glove combo or hunting for budget gems, Skinport has everything you need and more.
Perfection.
For example, right now I can pick up this kill confirmed USP for 22% less, or even this Huntsman lore for over £50 cheaper than Steam.
You love to see it.
If you're selling skins, payouts are going to be sent in your local currency, and the fee ranges between 2 to 12%. Skinport offers a fast, smooth, easy and secure experience for buying and selling skins, and this is why they have a 4.9 out of 5 rating on Trustpilot. For more details, check the link in the video description, and thank you to Skinport for sponsoring today's video. Alright guys, so just to clarify, I'm not going to be using a knife and glove combo in this because it is a $250 with StatTrak. You could maybe get a StatTrak knife, but you're basically using the $100 loadout of skins and then a knife on top. This is going to be strictly weapon skins. We're going to be kicking it off with a minimum wear Wasteland Rebel. In StatTrak, this will run you just under the $15 mark. And just a heads up, all these prices are from the 29th of April, 2024. So if you're watching a little bit later down the line, there will be some variance. But this is a great skin to kick things off. My nice budget-friendly USP of choice is going to be the Cortex. I absolutely love this skin. I think you're talking under $8 for a minimum wear StatTrak, this is an incredibly clean pickup to get. Now, I've included the P2000 price on top of this. This is a fantastic skin in my opinion. It's probably my favorite P2K skin. It's the Acid Edge. It's under $2 for minimal wear. It is pattern based, so you can get different markings and different bits, and you can get the 4-leaf clover at different points as well. Now, I was trying to avoid a bit of overspend on the Desert Eagle because I didn't want to reuse the Mecha Industries. I wanted to try something different, so I've ended up going for a factory new Conspiracy. Now, the thing here is, the Conspiracy, it picks up wear. So this is like a 0.06 float, which you can see there's still some wear on it, and it's almost $25. So about 10% of the budget is going on the Deagle. Now, you're going to use it a lot, so I think it's a fair option, but I will say you probably want to try and pick up a nice lower float option for the good price of about $25 if you can. Now, it might come as a surprise, but the 3 main weapon skins are all going to be field tested, but there's good reason for it. The first one is going to be a StatTrak Empress. This is just over the $70 mark in field tested StatTrak, and it's a beautiful skin. I think the main thing here with the Empresses, you guys see it, when you look at it in Battlescar, all the way to factory new, it looks fantastic. The main thing changes is the brightness. Field tested then is this really nice sweet spot of value for money, and I wouldn't need to overspend to go to the minimum wear, and for the $70 mark, I don't think there's a better StatTrak AK out there. My Emperor L1S of choice is going to be the Black Lotus. Now, I actually have one of these myself in field tested, but non-StatTrak. I think the field tested is actually the best condition for this. You know, some people don't like the factory new, they find it too bright, too aggressive. Some people don't like the battle scarred without a tint, so field tested is kind of like the best of both worlds, and it'll run you $34 in StatTrak. And then one that we always have the conversation about is the Emperor. Again, I think the pairing of the Emperor and the Empress is actually really nice here, but outside of that, a lot of people want this in minimal wear, but the main thing that changes for me is the magazine wear, and in minimal wear, it's already quite worn. So I think when you're doing it in field tested, this is actually pretty good. And also, I think, there you go, if you guys want to see stuff in left hand, actually, this is the time. Let me know if in the future you want me just to use the Edge key to flip between right and left hand to give you guys an idea of how it works on both views. Because I know little left hands here, a lot of people will be using it. So let me know in the comments down below. I do think at this point, it might be fair to say, we're moving from the Aetheris agenda to the Duality agenda, because the Duality keeps dropping in price. Under $13 for minimal wear in this, in StatTrak, is just so good. I absolutely love the skin. This is it from the left eye model. Just the value for money, this is on almost the same level as the Aetheris. It's insane. For the MP9, I'm going to run with the Hydra. Now, I do dislike the StatTrak counter placement on the Hydra, but it doesn't clash too much for this skin. This is just under $8 for field tested. Mac 10 is going to be a discotheque. The reason for this is it's just a lot of color coming through on it. I do like the Allure. I actually probably personally prefer the Allure, but I think overall you guys will prefer the upgrade to the Discotheque for just over $5. My P250 of choice is going to be a Battlescarred Asimov. Now, this is actually featured a little bit more in the channel now that we're getting to higher price orange loadouts, but I think, as we discussed, Asimov in Battlescarred just looks good. It's one of those skins, one of those finishes that looks good. $3.41 for this, spot on. And then I'm actually going to go for the Tech 9 fuel injector here in Battlescarred. Again, this is one that in Battlescarred I still think looks pretty good. It just gets almost like a dirty wear on it, but it's still so little that it looks incredible for just over $5. I'm going to go with the old faithful when it comes to the FAMAS, which is the Spectrum ZX. This was the FAMAS skin I used for probably about a year after getting back into CS. I then went to the Water Nephthys, and now I'm on the Commemoration, but I still really like this skin. We are going to go for another field tested skin here, and it's going to be the Chromatic Aberration Gale, and the reason for that is I think even in field tested, this still looks pretty good, and the jump to minimal wear would, actually, it would probably put us on exactly on the 250 mark now. I'll need to double check that, so maybe you can consider this minimal wear, looking at how the overall budget went, but when I planned it, I put it in field tested for $3.77. I'm going to go to a personal favourite of mine for the 5.7, which is the Boost Protocol. I'm going for it in minimal wear. I think in general this is quite a favourite skin of people's. I just think the black, the white, the vibrant colours and accents for just over $5 StatTrak is really sweet. Then we're going to have the Flora Carnivores over on the Joe Beretta side for under $2 in StatTrak. These are pretty sweet, a nice mix of colours as well. And at this point, you're not committed to a theme, so it gives you something to work with. So in the past, my go-to for the SG used to always be the Darkwing, and it was that for a few months. But recently, I'm really liking the Dragon Tech. Again, I think for under $2 for StatTrak minimal wear, there's just so much going on in this skin that looks so nice. Like the artwork for this is honestly so good. I can't not pick it. Then our final StatTrak, no, not our final StatTrak, our final field tester skin is going to be the Stymphalian. This looks decent in field tester. I do think I prefer it in minimal wear. You guys will see you've got like $4 buffer at the end. You can basically choose if you want to upgrade the Gale or the AUG to minimal wear variants with that extra money that you have. But this still looks pretty good, and I dislike that the scope doesn't get any detail, but it does mean the StatTrak counter doesn't really clash with the artwork, so some wins, some losses. I think one of the favourite XM skins we've had on the channel for me and you guys is the Watchdog, so I'm going to go for it here. Minimal wear StatTrak will cost you just over the $4 mark for this, and that's how it looks in the left-hand model if you care. If we had to have an agenda for another skin, it's probably this Just Smile. I don't know what it is about it, but I love this. If this came out in an AK variant, I have an Inheritance, I have a Panthera Onca. If this had an AK variant, I think I'd consider using it. Something about the artwork and the colours works so well for me. And the final skin is, as always, is going to be a Scout. Now, for under $1 in minimal wear, I really like this Disaster. I think this is actually a very cool, interesting skin. Obviously, the Complexity Hollows or Complexity stickers in general with the old logo pair very well with this. But we're not talking about that in Crosswise at the minute. But that rounds off this loadout, which totals $246.21. So there is pretty much like a $4 buffer to even get to $250. And I always run these with like a $10 buffer in mind. So realistically, we could have spent up to $275 and kind of like included it in. So there's definitely room to go for a Stymphalian upgrade to minimal wear and the Chromatic Aberration Gale upgrade to minimal wear. But I was kind of keen this time to make sure the price came under the $250 mark, because I know some people, when they're building loadouts, are very strict on the pricing, and me, say, going $20 over, for example, may not have been ideal. So we've went for that this time. You guys can let me know what you think of it. And like I said, please let me know if you prefer a right-hand or left-hand model. Or sorry, not if you prefer which one, but if you want to see left-hand model, include it in the inspect. So I still use right-hand model. This is my view model. This is how we normally inspect. But if you guys want me just to press the H key here and there to be able to show the left-hand view model, I can try and keep that in mind and do so. Now, outside of that, the giveaway for today is going to be the AK-47 Slate with the 4x Phase Paris Hollows on it that was provided by AJ to be given away to you guys. As I said at the start, all you have to do is make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment down below of your favourite skin from this 250 StatTrak loadout, and that's how you'll be able to enter, and we'll pick the winner in a few days' time. Good luck to you guys entering it. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.